Welcome to our team's presentation. First of all, I'd like to introduce our team members. I'm Đinh Nhật Xuân Mai. Here's Nguyễn Phúc Bảo Đăng, Nguyễn Hoàng Nam, and Phạm Vũ Huy. Today's presentation is solving the lack of vegetables in Ho Chi Minh City during quarantine. Here you can have a look through the table of contents. So first of all, the reason why we chose this topic is because the issue has a very large impact on all of us. On the 9th of July, considering the escalating number of COVID cases, the government decided to quarantine Ho Chi Minh City, and this has left a remarkable economic footprint on both the city and the agricultural industry of Vietnam. Transportation of agricultural products has been disrupted, thus leading to an excess of vegetables in rural areas and a shortage of vegetables in urban areas.
So overall, the impact of this research is to describe and comment on the problem of price difference between the source and the outlet and the impact of government intervention in the problems. Here's our research purpose. As you can see, the first one is to find out about the impact of price difference on vegetables. Then we will find out about the current government intervention and how they have taken to form a transportation system. And next is to discuss the intervention's effect and how it is helping to solving the crisis.
Here is our approach to the research. We will utilize government documents and professional online newspaper. Secondly, for the drop in price of vegetables in rural areas, we will take newspaper interviews with farmers. And finally, for people's experience with the shortage in Ho Chi Minh City, we will have a short survey with friends to gain primary data.
So as stated before, quarantine has disrupted the flow of the vegetable to the city. It's mainly because of the higher transportation costs. As you can see, it has increased to 50% to 100%, which leads many fewer people to want to go to the city and fear the virus. Furthermore, there's the paperwork, which including a COVID test certificate, which expires in 3 days, which this lead to 1,500 tons of vegetable in shortage in the city, results in triple the price in the city compared to before. On the other hand, we have 100,000 tons of vegetable in surplus in Mekong Delta, which is the rural areas, and results in 80% of decrease in prices there in rural areas.
This is the first question in the survey asking for people's experience with the decrease in vegetables and how it affected them. So the question is, since lockdown, do you find the amount of vegetables in your meals reduced? According to the graph, 12 out of 17 people mentioned that they have experienced a lack of vegetables to some degree, with 2 stating that they're very lacking vegetables. Only 5 say that it didn't reduce.
So I will talk about the government intervention. On the 11th of July, the government used 3 market and 3 prominent market in Ho Chi Minh City and then transfer them into trading centers that have like closed environment where trucks can transport 2,000 tons of vegetables every day inside the city safely, and then trucks inside Ho Chi Minh City will then distribute those agricultural products to a smaller market at local areas. So of course this is a closed environment, so everyone has to register to the government and have COVID test certificate. On the 19th of July, the Ministry of Health released a document that established 3 testing stops along the road from rural areas to Ho Chi Minh City, and they also standardized the expiry date of the COVID-19 test certificate to be 72 hours. Of course, there's still the COVID certificate still have its drawback. That is, it takes a lot of time and a lot of paperwork to take it, so it caused a massive block in the road. So there's like a chart that present the result of government intervention over time. So as you can see, there are like 4 type of vegetables and their prices before COVID, before quarantine, after quarantine, and then after the government intervention. So out of those, so all the 4 prices increases after the quarantine, but after the government intervention, only 2 out of 4 price decreases. This partial ineffectiveness might be caused by the amount of paperwork involved in transporting the vegetables. This is our second survey. So we asked people the question if they still find vegetable price affordable in the past few weeks. So that is after the government intervention. So 2 out of 3 people say that the price has become affordable to them after the government intervention. So that shows that the government intervention do improve people's life in quarantine by lowering the price of vegetables.
For our future study plans, we decided to take a look at the role of technology in transporting products into the city. On such development is QR scanning. From the 19th of July, truck drivers are given identification QR codes when they apply to go to Ho Chi Minh City. These codes help to limit the waiting time for paperwork, making transporting products into the city more convenient. Secondly is online shopping. Since quarantine has begun, the need for online shopping has been growing rapidly. And in response to this, supermarket chains have established their own shopping platforms where customers can choose their products online or through social media, and they will get delivered to them. Our survey online displays that 41% of the people said they have used e-commerce service to buy vegetables, while the other 59% said they have not. Some particular reasons for this is that a large proportion of Vietnamese do not have access to such technology, so they cannot afford to buy goods online. Another reason might be that many people might not be aware that such developments are available, so they still go shopping outside on their own, which increase the risk of getting infected.
So this is our summary of everything. First, we can see that the effect of quarantine has led to disruption in the flow of the product, including and mostly vegetables. Next, we learn about government intervention, that they have formed a slow system of transportation and provide standard for safety in transportation. We also learn about its effectiveness, is that it decreased price of some vegetable, but partially it is ineffective due to the paperwork and the complication have to go through. And finally, there's additional technology such as the QR test certificate and the online delivery.
So here are the
Yeah.
resources that we used for the research. And that's also the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please ask.